Good evening, and welcome back to WNBA Trending. I'm Ava, and tonight we dive into one of the biggest stories in women's basketball. Will Caitlin Clark join the $340 million League Unrivaled, or will her recent injury setback force her to rethink her plans with the Indiana Fever and beyond? This is not just a story about basketball. It's about business, money, legacy, and the future of women's sports. Let's break it down. Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever rookie sensation and one of the most recognizable faces in basketball today, has been at the center of conversation since the moment she entered the WNBA. Her transition from a record-breaking collegiate career at Iowa to the professional stage has been nothing short of remarkable and challenging. Her star power has attracted millions of new fans to the WNBA, boosted ticket sales, and significantly increased television ratings. Clark's presence is, in many ways, the driving force behind a new era of women's sports. She represents more than just a player. She's an icon, a brand, and a potential bridge between leagues, sponsorships, and new opportunities. But now, the spotlight has shifted. Reports have surfaced linking Clark to the newly launched League Unrivaled, a privately funded women's basketball league backed by major investors and boasting an eye-popping $340 million commitment to reshape the professional landscape. This new league promises higher salaries, flexible schedules, and the opportunity for players to profit in ways that rival or even surpass the WNBA. Naturally, the question everyone is asking is, will Caitlin Clark make the jump? To understand the stakes, let's talk about what League Unrivaled is. Unlike the WNBA, which is connected to the NBA and follows a traditional sports model, League Unrivaled is designed as a player-first initiative. It offers shorter seasons, higher average salaries, and a global marketing push. Some sources report that players could earn contracts rivaling or even doubling what they make in the WNBA. For Caitlin Clark, whose rookie deal in the WNBA pays her just over $76,000 per season, this could be life-changing money. Of course, Clark already has lucrative endorsement deals with brands like Nike, State Farm, and Gatorade, but the idea of pairing those endorsements with a richer league salary is an enticing prospect. However, one complication has entered the picture: Clark's recent injury setback. While the Fever have been careful not to downplay her long-term health, Clark has faced lingering physical challenges in her rookie season. The heavy schedule, combined with the physicality of the WNBA, has taken its toll. She's been playing through pain, and sources close to the team confirm that the Fever have had ongoing concerns about her durability and workload. If Caitlin Clark were perfectly healthy, the decision to explore League Unrivaled might be more straightforward. But with an injury affecting her rhythm and availability, the calculus changes. Does she risk joining a new league with an uncertain structure while she's still adjusting to the WNBA grind? Or does she commit to building her foundation with the Fever and allow her body more time to adapt to professional demands? Let's look at the potential advantages of staying with the WNBA. First, the league is established. It has national broadcasting rights, a loyal fan base, and an infrastructure that players trust. By staying, Clark continues to cement her name in the most recognized women's basketball league in the world. Second, she's building something in Indiana. The Fever drafted her to change their franchise's trajectory. Leaving so soon would raise questions about loyalty, legacy, and her long-term vision. Third, the WNBA is growing rapidly, and much of that growth is directly tied to Clark. Her impact has already forced arenas to expand seating, ticket sales to skyrocket, and TV ratings to shatter records. If she stays, she isn't just another star. She's the centerpiece of the league's future. Now, the advantages of considering League Unrivaled. The money is undeniable. With $340 million in backing, salaries and bonuses could easily eclipse what the WNBA offers. There's also the appeal of innovation. League Unrivaled is promising players more control over branding, media, and scheduling. For someone like Clark, who thrives under the spotlight, that kind of freedom could be groundbreaking. And finally, there's legacy. Joining a new league could position Clark as a pioneer, someone who didn't just dominate basketball but also helped redefine the business model of women's sports. But here's where the injury changes the storyline. Injuries bring risk. If Clark were to jump into a new league without fully addressing her recovery, she might jeopardize both her WNBA career and her marketability. Every decision she makes now will have long-term consequences, not just financially, but physically. The Fever, for their part, have been supportive yet cautious. Coaches and executives know her value not only to their team, but to the league as a whole. They also know that if Clark leaves for League Unrivaled, it would send shockwaves across the WNBA. She's the league's brightest star, and losing her, even part-time, would be devastating. So, what's next? Caitlin Clark has remained publicly quiet about the rumors. She's focused on rehabbing, competing, and improving with the Fever. Privately, though, there's little doubt that her team and advisors are weighing all options. We should also note that Clark doesn't need to rush. League Unrivaled is still in its early stages, and while the financial promise is massive, it remains untested. Will the league truly launch at the scale promised? Will sponsors, media, and fans support it the way they do the WNBA? These are questions that can only be answered with time. For now, Clark's best option may be patience. By continuing to dominate with a Fever, she strengthens her leverage. If she chooses to stay in the WNBA, she could push for higher salaries in the league's next collective bargaining agreement. If she chooses League Unrivaled down the road, she would enter from a position of even greater strength. But the injury cannot be ignored. It is the wild card in this entire discussion. Until Caitlin Clark is fully healthy and confident in her ability to manage the professional grind, every option comes with risk. In closing, this is bigger than basketball. Caitlin Clark's decision, whether to stay loyal to the Fever and the WNBA or to take a groundbreaking leap into League Unrivaled, will help define the next chapter of women's sports. She's already changed the game once. The question now is, will she do it again? Only time will tell. For WNBA Trending, I'm Ava. Stay tuned for more updates as this story develops.